Hello, welcome back to Wild Cozy Free. This piece is called The Black Becky Bloomwood. How my favorite fictional character inspired me to start paying off my credit card debt with the help of my closet and develop a surprising amount of self-compassion along the way. And this is probably like my 10th attempt to record it because I'm nervous. This is a sensitive topic for me, and I feel like I'm being very vulnerable and courageous in writing about it and publishing it. And I also believe strongly that talking about your nerves and just like putting them in the room is a good thing. So here I am telling you how nervous I am before I go ahead and share this piece with you. All right, here we go. Okay, don't panic. Books 1 through 6 in Sophie Kinsella's brilliant Shopaholic series all start with those three words, except for the one that begins with, okay, I can do this. No problem. Some of Sophie Kinsella's standalone novels start in a similar tone. The first line of My Not So Perfect Life reads, first, it could be worse. If you string those phrases together, your mantra might become, okay, don't panic, I can do this, no problem. It could be worse. Pretty good reminder for someone who finds themselves in tricky predicament. And God knows Becky Bloomwood, protagonist of Shopaholic series, has been in plenty of those. I have a picture of my whole stack of Shopaholic series books. I obviously own all of them. I don't remember how or when I came across Sophie Kinsella's Shopaholic series. I just remember being hooked. I read them all sometime between high school and college before moving on to Sophie Kinsella's other solo novels. My Not So Perfect Life even came out summer I finished college. Very serendipitous timing, because my life was not so perfect after college. Throughout the Shopaholic series, I came along as Becky Bloomwood, fell in love, got married, bonded with a long-lost sister, had a baby, navigated motherhood, and more. She travels to New York, LA, Las Vegas, and even all around the globe on a year-long honeymoon that I have been envious of to read about it. Before all of that, here's what I learned about Becky from the first few pages of Confessions of a Shopaholic, book 1. She's tenacious. She's hilarious. She loves a good sale. And she can just justify just about any purchase. Now, here are a few ways Becky and I differ. She's from England. I'm from across the pond in New York. She starts the book with a stable income. I am currently a freelance entrepreneur. She really struggles with not shopping. I'm always ready to shop, but not quite to the same extent as Becky. Now, here are some similarities Becky and I now share, many years after I started the beloved series. We're both writers. We both love shopping and luxury. We both share the same strong determination and willpower. In short, we're creative problem solvers who don't give up. Oh, one more important similarity. We're both facing sizable credit card debt. I can't pinpoint exactly one purchase or bill that got me into credit card debt. It's really not that simple. Nothing is. I could tell you that I live beyond my means, but that's technically always been a little bit true. I relied on my savings between different jobs for years. I've also received varying levels of support from my family since I graduated from college and entered the adult world. I could tell you that I made reckless financial decisions, but I don't believe that. I don't think it was reckless to start a business I believe in. I don't think it was reckless to buy new clothes because my old ones no longer fit me due to my eating disorder recovery. I don't think it was reckless to take trips to celebrate my friends, from weddings to graduations to plays. I don't think it was reckless to move across the country to find peace after an unimaginable season of grief. I don't think it was reckless to move back after the U.S. election results changed my sense of community, my worldview, and sense of safety overnight. As I always say, if the world's ending, I've got to be in New York. And to be clear, I am very aware the world's not ending. I know that. However, things are bleak. Life as we know it in the U.S. has changed for the worse, and vulnerable communities are in intense danger. To put it lightly, I spent the first 5 days, not 3, after the election, watching The Handmaid's Tale, eating Costco rolls and crying. I could walk you through every single twist and turn that led me to this precarious, vulnerable, new financial situation, reality I found myself in, where my savings are virtually gone, the flow of money is scarce, but I'm not going to do that either. I'm learning how to talk about what's going on in my life without feeling obligated to share every last detail. It's been unnerving, but freeing. I have always done the best I could with the tools I have had at every point of my life. I'm always trying to do better. I'm not necessarily proud of the position that I found myself in, but I'm also no longer ashamed. I'm also not alone. At the start of the series, Becky Bloomwood owes around £1,000 to her credit card company. I probably thought that was a very big number, which it is in some ways, when I first read the books in my teens. In the 2009 movie adaptation, based on the first 2 books, Becky faces a similar dilemma with a much bigger price tag. $17,262. A number eerily close to my current credit card statement. Becky and I landed in debt in quite different ways. My closet is not responsible for my debt. My closet did not land me in this predicament. Yet, like Becky, my closet just might get me out of it. In the books, Becky is short for Rebecca, gets out of debt by landing an unexpected new job, ironically giving really good and relatable financial advice. But in the movies, she sells a lot of clothes. While I'm definitely looking for more work right now, I'm going to go with the movie solution in the meantime. I've listed 50 plus items and counting on Facebook Marketplace and Mercari. It's a selling website, similar to, I don't know, what's a good comparison to point know about? Like a seller marketplace. I'm thinking about getting to eBay. Friends who have sold unwanted items online tell me that I've had incredible amounts of success and traffic so far, even though I am still impatient to make more sales. The clothes, kitchenware, and furniture I've listed are a collection of things that no longer fit my body or my life. There are also a select few items I'd love to keep and plan to purchase again one day when I'm in a better financial position. It's hard to justify keeping a dress that costs $500+ you only worn once when you are battling mounting credit card interest. I will remind you here that, again, my closet did not land me in the situation, but yes, like Becky Bloomwood, I do thankfully have some nice things to sell. To be clear, also, there is nothing wrong with being a self-proclaimed shopaholic. I think reading this essay, I've realized shopaholic and financial are both hard words to say over and over. But yeah, nothing wrong with it. I've been there. It's just not an accurate description of who I currently am. I am someone who started a business and expected it to bring more revenue. 2024 included some of my biggest wins and most colossal setbacks. It was a year in which my wins didn't equate to financial prosperity or security I'd hoped for. I'm someone who didn't think her savings would disappear so quickly. I can't quite describe what it's like not to have the personal emergency fund I've previously had and to feel so financially vulnerable. I use that word a lot in this essay, and usually I go back and edit it for synonyms, but I think that it's the right one in this case. Every time. Through it all, I've decided that I am more than my credit card balance, savings account, and credit score. I have decided that I am not bad with money. And most of all, I have decided to no longer allow myself or anyone else to shame, scorn, or look down on me. My conversation with Melissa Mitt, who's just such an incredible expert on many, many things related to money, She taught me so much about how to have an authentic relationship with money. A lot of her wisdom and insights have helped me find immense compassion for myself throughout this journey. I linked the podcast here. It's so good, one of my favorites I've ever done. Please check it out. But of course, letting go of shame does not happen all at once, and it is also not synonymous with caring what people think of you. And I, of course, care what people who I love and trust think of me. And I'm also curious what people on the internet, strangers, will think of me. Or even people in my life who may read this with raised eyebrows, confusion, and judgment. Sometimes I get caught into a swirl of thoughts like, what if people think you're irresponsible? And what if this changes how people see you? But ultimately, I know that someone who meets me with judgment instead of compassion has no place in my life. Anyway, I'm not looking for friends who throw stones from their sheet-thin glass houses. I'm looking for friends who will sit with me on the living room floor, take a look at the space once occupied by my coffee table and Peloton, and raise a toast. And also, when I first drafted this piece, the coffee table hadn't sold yet. And a day later, after I first wrote this, it sold. It was a huge moment. I wrote about it, published it, linked here too. So here's hoping for some more of this fun, similar magic, because selling pajamas and scarves and dresses is nice, but the bigger ticket items, that would be major. If you know somebody in New York wants a Peloton, send them my way. I'm looking for friends who know that being in credit card debt does not make you irresponsible or bad. Friends who know asking for help does not make you irresponsible or bad. Friends who know that wanting financial security again does not make me or anyone bad. The most revelatory moment in my conversation with Melissa was when she reminded me that mortgages/home loans are literally debt too. I exclaimed, "Oh my God, mortgages are just fancy people debt." I repeat, mortgages are just fancy people debt. And last I checked, people aren't thought of as irresponsible or bad for having mortgages. In fact, they're celebrated. So how is a millionaire asking a bank for a loan to buy a house different from a non-millionaire asking her community for help climbing out of debt? So here is the part where I ask my community for help. I'll start with the free things you can do, like sharing this post, sharing the link to my virtual closet, or any remote opportunities for jobs open to people in the U.S. There are links for the places for all of that here, like sharing, looking at the virtual closet, how to contact me about opportunities for jobs or working with me. And some other things I would so appreciate are, if you're looking for some stuff, shop for yourself. Buying a coffee always helps. There's a website called ko-fi, where people can leave virtual tips for creators. And also every single subscription on Substack, whether you're listening on the app or on a podcasting platform, and every paid subscription means so much to me. It goes a long way. So thank you for reading. And thank you to Sophie Kinsella for sharing your beautiful words with us. I would be remiss not to mention Sophie's current cancer journey. She is living with glioblastoma, an extremely aggressive brain cancer. It is incurable, and yet Sophie says she's lived longer than many. Her recent novel is her most autobiographical book to date, and it tells the story of a renowned novelist with 5 kids like Sophie, facing a devastating diagnosis and learning to live and love anew. And I cried when I heard the news about Sophie about 2 years ago, the diagnosis. I've been keeping her and her family in my thoughts ever since, so I would appreciate it if you would as well. And I just think any and all good vibes going someone's way in times like these is so important. I don't have the words to describe how much I admire her strength. I included this video in the Substack post where she's on GMA with Robin and her husband, which is so beautiful. The interview that she shared is just so candid. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for listening. Talk to you soon. All right, Becky Bloomwood out. Bye.